Good morning, my friends. It's time to let your soul shine on this fantastic Thursday morning. Mike Johnson here with a few words of encouragement this morning. Have you ever lost it? Have you been so emotionally pressed down that you just snapped? You know the scenario. Someone working on you and they pick and they pick and they pick till they've broken your last nerve and you lose it. We've all done this. And for some of us, it just wasn't very pretty. Well, wouldn't it be great to be able to wrestle with that emotional side of you, wrestle it to the ground, and keep it in check no matter what happens? This is yes. What I want to give you this morning are just 5 quick strategies in order to help you do just that. The first of those strategies is called the pause. The first thing that you do when someone is trying to drive you somewhere emotionally that you don't want to go is pause. Stop. Time out. When a person or a situation is driving us toward an emotional breakdown, the worst thing that we can do is to just keep going. When things are out of control, you need to provide some direction. It's like being in that car that's spinning in circles on wet or icy pavement, and everything you try to do makes it worse. Stop. Chill. Give your mind some time to think. When we're being driven by emotion, things tend to get out of control. But when you're thoughtful and direct, you can recover. So number 1, practice the pause. Number 2, breathe. Yes, that's what I said. Breathe. One of the first things you do when you stop, when you pause, is take a deep breath. Draw it in. Feel it going into your body. Your body and your brain need oxygen to function, and it doesn't work well without it. So hold it in. Take 6 or 8 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Hold it in. Let your body soak that oxygen into your system. There are actual breathing exercises that we can learn to be able to breathe effectively, especially in those tense moments. You should look into that if you want to be healthier. Number 2, breathe. 3, and both of these can be done while practicing the pause and the stop. Reflect. Number 3 is reflect. When you're being driven emotionally, the other person is working hard to get those emotions stirred up in you because they know that's how that they can control you. They know that is your weakness. So as you pause, as you breathe, reflect on what it is that you want from this situation. You are being emotionally worn down because you have lost focus on what you want and what you need in that situation. You don't necessarily have to verbalize what you want at this point, but you need to know what direction you want this discussion to go. Don't think about the mean things that have been said. Don't think about what's been done. Don't think about the past and how this person has made you feel in the past. Don't think about those things. Think about what you want, where you want to go. Where do you need to go for this conversation or argument to end the way that you want it to end? Maybe you just want peace. If you don't have a goal and a focus, some people will lead you all over the emotional map just to show you that they can do it. So pause, breathe, reflect, Number 4, mute. Stop talking. Not forever, but until the situation has become reasonable again. There have been conversations that I did the first 3, and I got to 4, and I stopped talking, and the other person was relentless. And you know what I did? I stopped, and I turned and walked away. Most of the time, if you're honest with yourself, most of the time, there is nothing that you can say to appease the other person. This is the hardest thing for some people to do because they think that just because someone says something that they have to answer. And you don't. Throw that out the window. You know what happens to me when I keep talking? I get in deeper trouble than I was to start with. And I say things that I will regret later. And you've done the same thing too. Number 5, turn it down. This last strategy for helping in times of emotional overload is to talk quietly. I've never seen yelling and high volume conversations that ever got the point across to the other person. If you want to make sure that you get that special someone's attention, just whisper. Now don't whisper low enough that you know they can't hear you, because that's mean. That will make them mad too. Talk at a low enough level that they can hear you, and at the same time begins to diffuse the emotional bomb that's about to go off. Turn it down. So pause, breathe, reflect, mute, and turn it down. I hope this has been helpful, and that you'll be able to use these strategies to save important relationships in your life. If you found this useful this morning, share it with your friends. You might also want to listen to it again. You all have a great rest of today, a great rest of this week, and I'll see you Saturday morning. I love y'all. Take care.